sailboat in the moonlight and June. Wouldn't that be heaven? Oh, heaven just for two. A soft breeze on a June night and what a perfect setting for letting dreams come true.
Sanding the whole boat off, and I've got it now with 320 grit. All the wood's been sanded, so I got to go back now. We've cleaned it once. I've got to go back now, and I've got to fill in all the little scratches because they'll be really noticeable when I put that high gloss blue paint on here. This is all putty, and so I'll come back and sand it. It's a Epiphanes product called Combi, and it's just a white filler putty. Easy to sand, and just put it on with a regular trowel. Well, we've got a few projects on the go today. Finally a little overcast and only 24 degrees instead of 32. So we got a bit of respite, but I think it's going to rain this afternoon, so I'm going to kick it down and get a few jobs done. Whoever painted the varnish on the tow rail years ago never bothered to really tape it out where it comes in contact with this rail. Do you see that? And you can see in here years and years of buildup. So I'm going to get that out today. Plan is to use, and I've used it successfully already, this chisel. And we're going to clean that out and then sand that. And other than a little stretch along the inside, and that's right here below this, I'm pretty much done the sanding now on board. I might do a little bit of touch up, but basically we're on to prepping with tape and preparing to paint the boat. So I'm going to get the varnish work done first, which I call varnish but actually is not varnish. But we'll get that done first so that I've got something to paint up to, and then I'm able to tape over that woodwork after it's all been finished nicely. The tape won't damage the wood at all. But basically we're just about ready to go. It's late May right now. I know you're probably seeing this a little later, but by the end of June I expect we're going to be in the water finally. So a little bit more to go. Let's dig in. takes work, but eventually it all comes out. Final thing I do is I take a piece of sandpaper and fold it over, and I can tuck it right inside here so it's putting pressure top and bottom. And then like new. That is how it's done. Well, a lot of water's gone under the bridge since the last time we did a recap of sort of where we're at. So I just want to kind of walk you guys through what's happening at the boat. We are back in the boatyard again, so they've allowed us to come back in. And I've been puttering away at different jobs throughout the week. There's a lot to do yet in preparation, and I gotta say more than I expected as we do preparations for painting, which is coming up, by the way. As we do preparations for painting, we realize that yeah, there's a lot of little details that you have to deal with. I'm gonna try and stay in the shade here. Basically, we've managed to get it pretty well there. Now we got to wipe it down one more time because dirt does accumulate. You can see here from just, you know, dust and what have you from the parking lot. So dirt does accumulate on the boat, so we have to clean it one more time. We are going to bleach the tow rail and the rub rail. The tow rail and rub rail are both teak, and they're in excellent condition. As you can see, if I stand back here a little bit, perhaps you can see a little better how nice and blonde they are. So normally older teak's going to be black. Good quality teak that's been well cared for, once you sand it, will be a little blonder. It hasn't had a lot of punishment. There's still lots of oils in it, so it's really an excellent start for us. We're going to put varnish on it, although we did hum and haw about putting any kind of varnish or any kind of coating at all on the teak, simply because there are transitions here on the boat where we go from the blue of the top sides, and yes, this is called top sides, by the way, to the to the cove mold, and then to the teak, and then on top of the teak is stainless, and between the teak and the tow rail there's an additional strip of blue, as you can see, and then we've got the tow rail. Just too much going on there, so we had thought perhaps we'll leave the wood in its natural state and just allow it to gray, but anyway, the type A personality of mine just kicked in, and my wife with the very same personality, and we've decided to go for broke here. We're going to varnish it. It won't be varnished. We're going to use that same Epifanis clear product we were using before, and we'll show you as we do that. But basically all the sanding is done. I'm ready to start bleaching the wood, which we're going to do with trisodium phosphate and water. Now I was going to change the antifouling color to a green, sort of a aqua green, a blue green, which looks really attractive when you're painting your boat a dark color, and ours is going to be a dark navy. So that blue-green will have to wait till next year. We've just run out of time. So I'm going to touch up the red. It's in good nick yet. And next year we'll sand out the bottom a little bit and go with green, another layer. So that's where we're at, though. I think we're about 3 weeks out from launching. Our anchor is coming shortly. It's to arrive tomorrow. That's Manson Anchors that sponsored us with a new 60-pound Manson Supreme. That's coming. Lifelines from Suncor will be installed once the boat is in the water. Of course, the new sails from Mac and MacPac are going to be installed once the mast is up. Fenders will go on as soon as we're in the water from dock edge. We do have some interesting stuff going on right now with Battleborn batteries, and Battleborn has brought us on as product ambassadors. So we've got some new Battleborn lithium batteries and some Victron products to them as well that we're going to change our inverter system and charging system. So a lot to do, about 3 weeks left to go, and then we'll be underway again, so stay tuned. Deb's doing the paint on the interior. How's it going, darling?
It's going good, yeah. Trying to, I see, though I keep seeing more and more jobs that I need to do, which gets a little overwhelming, but...
Let me just show you here what she's done. The settees are all looking beautiful. Really nice job, Deb.
Well, it's not really, it's just a simple job, but just the prepping and the taping. So now this one's next. But I want to clean out some of the stuff out of the cabinets. Some of the stuff. I thought maybe this would be something good to keep too for the, if we put a freezer underneath the nav station, this we could use this
hold
as
it in,
to hold it in. So I'll hold on to that. But some of the stuff got a bit mildewy.
Yeah. And there's my good bosun's chair down below.
I see that. So I'm going to leave that there. And this fan too, I'm going to hold on to because it's nice if we're doing a project, even though we do have lots of fans. But we've got so much stuff on the boat that doesn't have to be on the boat. Yeah.
Debbie's a critical part of our crew. She is the ultimate organizer.
I'm critical.
She's critical. But no, she just seems to find places for everything and is ruthless with taking stuff off the boat that doesn't need to be here. So we just have the right amount of stuff on board all the time. Really awesome. It's like a bomb went off down here right now. We've got all the cushions up. We were here the other day checking with fabrics. Deb's working away on that. New curtains, new covers on the chairs and on the settees. Lots of cool stuff coming down the pipe here. Well, we've never painted a boat before. This is the first time we've ever attempted this. And the one thing I can say about this kind of project is that expect the prep time to be double or triple what your estimations are. There's been so much detail we've had to walk through in order to get ready, and this work now is the very first actual application of a coating that we've done after months of preparation. The boat's been entirely sanded, all the wood was sanded, and we also bleached the wood out to make it a little lighter color. Now we're going to apply 4 coats of varnish in order to protect the teak, and then we're going to paint up against that varnished surface. I don't want to have to scrape any wood above my fresh new paint, so all the woodwork will be done and it'll be in its finished form before we apply any topside paint. We're really excited about seeing her when she's all done. We're getting really close, so stay tuned. Now, a product we're using is it's TSP. They call it PTS here for some reason. Oh, I see. That's the French side.
Talk to me.